Hail, 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 welcome back to the Insane Asylum. I'm ProAceJOKER, and we are continuing our Halo Infinite Legendary Guide with mission number 2. It's Pound Nation. Let's get into it. Alright, so this is mission 2. First mission here, or second mission of the game. We're gonna do this. I realized I should probably open the other video with, like, the map genie and stuff like that, which we'll talk about when we get to mission 3 for sure. But, so to start this off, kill the elite, jump across the gap, and then this is where you're gonna start seeing some grapple sliding. Equipment has completely and fundamentally changed how these games work, and has made the game a lot easier in a lot of ways, because there are a lot of these enemies and stuff that you can just kind of skip. And as you see, I'm not even doing that well. I'm just kind of running through, grappling through, and we can skip all the enemies in the first section. We don't have to worry about the phantoms, don't have to worry about any enemies. We just kind of jump through. So now, as we get over here, once again, we don't have to fight every enemy. Kind of skip. I'm gonna kill a few here just to make it easy. Grapple up here. Oops. Hello, Jackal. So this is where we're going to see another kind of minor skip. What you want to do is grapple up onto this little pillar here. And then you're going to want to jump and grapple as high as you can on this pillar. It's going to launch you up. Land on here. One more up top. And then this is where you gotta kind of get your grapple thing. So we don't actually have to do the entire internal area. I actually don't even remember what the other section looks. We can skip right up there. Now, the way to do it is what you're gonna want to do is grapple as high as you can on this pillar. It's gonna slide you up, and then just be ready to time the cooldowns of your grapple hook so that you go up the hill every single time. And you will constantly gain height as long as you kind of get a slide up. You will constantly gain height with each grapple. And then you can just launch yourself up to the top floor here. And then we'll get through. Now this section is another one I like to skip. I'm going to actually kill a few enemies a little bit here. Once again, I did pick up that pulse carbine from earlier. That looked really good. Don't worry about it. Professional guide here. So 2 pulse carbine shots will pop any blue elite. And you can kind of go around. As I said, you can just skip the room if you wanted. You don't actually have to kill any of the enemies. But because it's a little bit tricky. So it's typically 3 pulse carbine shots for any of the red elites. 2 for any blue. 3 for any red. And then it kind of goes ascending from there. So, but doors do open. Again, you don't actually need to kill any enemies in that room. You can just skip through it if you really want. You just have to worry about dodging bullets and stuff like that. So, and from there, we're already through the first kind of, I don't know, third of this mission.
This is crazier than I imagined. Don't question. How do you know this isn't a trap?
And we just gotta activate new Cortana, new weapon. There's no real skip. There's no real way to go quicker here or anything like that, so you're just going to kind of run through this area.
Did you do that?
No. Removing me triggered a response from the ring.
That's a good question, parents. So, someone asks, is it better to grapple slide when you have it set to toggle crouch or hold crouch? I will tell you, I personally play on hold to crouch. For Halo, it's just a way, and it's mainly for multiplayer, is it's easier for it to switch. Toggle crouch is fine, but you're going to need to remember to uncrouch at the end of every slide. I typically jump. You carry your momentum. If I grapple slide, you'll see me jump a whole bunch because it carries the momentum. That is not as easy to do with toggle crouch on. So if you have toggle crouch, just know you need to make sure to untoggle it as you can. But the slide is a set amount, so the slide doesn't cancel out until it's done. So all you need to do for hold crouch is you click it and it will just slide you until the slide loses momentum. So
one soul that I find myself hoping does live through this. He is perfectly suited for what is coming.
Oops.
He has been assigned a number.
So you're going to see a lot of angles again. You're going to see a lot of the grapple hook. The grapple hook is the best equipment in the game. We will see a backup. Or I'll explain. I don't know if I personally will. You'll see it for LASO, but for Legendary, I probably won't do it just because I'll make it like it's... I'm going to make the game as difficult as I can for me in some ways. So now, on this section, my recommendation is you can just go around, but a nice, easy way to do it is just from right here. You can jump and grapple here, and then just go around over to this section. And you can activate the bridge, or you can just sprint and jump, and you can grab onto here, and then you don't even need to activate the power seed. And you can grab the data, and move on. But you're going to see, as I said, lots of grapple. You're going to see a lot of, like, turning and angles. Depending on where you're looking and where your movement is going, you can kind of affect the grapple to go at different angles and stuff like that. So you're going to see that to wrap around corners and stuff. But you don't need too much. Now, this is another section. Normally, you would have to fight. Now, this one is a little bit of a tricky jump. So just be aware that this is not as easy. You want to get as much height. So start on top of here. And then sprint and jump. And grapple as high as you can onto there. And then launch yourself into the air. And then you have to try and time it where you're able to grab on with the grapple hook onto the ledge. This will allow you to skip this entire section without any enemies. This is a good time to refill ammo. So you pick up an ammo refill right here. I'm going to reload my weapon. And then I have max pulse carbine. There was a pulse carbine back there that I picked up. But if you don't, there's also a replenish right here. And then you're going to do it once again. So the problem is the timing of the cooldown. You have to get enough height. You have to launch yourself into the air high enough that by the time you come down, you're able to actually grapple onto the ledge right there. But this allows that entire area to be skipped with no enemies, which, in my opinion, this is actually one of the harder sections of this level, is just this section right here. They have a lot of enemies that spawn, a lot of turrets, a lot of things that kind of collapse on you. So, there's that. Gonna kill him, and then with the BR, just be ready right up top of the man with the skewer. All it takes is 2 shots. Now at this point, we are going to actually take the skewer, and this will be used to kill the boss for later. So don't use any of this ammo. You basically want to just hold on to it, and then don't use it yet. It's tempting, I know, but just hold on to it for now.
All space, all time.
Once more, grapple sign just to get through. You have to activate this. No real way around it, so we gotta watch this little cutscene right here.
She was carrying an enhanced shield module. Let's see what I can find out about her.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna open each of these videos. I'm sure it'll annoy people, but I'll have an opening on this video that'll be like a minute and a half long. That'll be showing off maybe the tank gun as well as the map genie. There's an awesome resource online called Map Genie. I'll talk about it on the mission 3. I'll talk about mission 3, so go watch that if you want to know what the hell Map Genie is for the open world. So now this section, you do have to kill all the enemies. My recommendation is you can kind of get them to bundle up. So what you want to do is come up here and just kill the 2 important guys with the stalker rifles. They're the ones that can kill. On Legendary, these guys can 2-shot you. Sometimes like 2 or 3-shot you. So kill the 2 stalker rifle guys, and then just make your way down. What we're gonna do here is we're actually gonna kind of bundle up all the enemies so that they come out all at the same time. So pop the very far end fusion weird blast coil thing, the big one. And then you're going to kind of go through. And then once you see enemies come, pop the next one. That one's going to burst. It's going to kill a lot of enemies. And there is plenty of ammo refresh stations and stuff like that around. So one of the big things on Legendary is it really does emphasize good accuracy. So it's going to ask you to do a lot. You're going to have to get good at BR headshots, right, is the big thing. So, nice stick. Always helps when enemies do the work for you. So, but after you kill all the enemies,
We need to call down
I think that's it.
Look for a control turret.
What you want to do, actually, is switch out the BR now. Now, I would juggle the BR just close by, so you put it in an area you know it's going to be. I like to put it by this pillar. It's on this side of the elevator. It's by the pillar, because I'm going to need it for later. Now, make sure you grab some grenades. Switch to them. You want to have plasma grenades and spike grenades, which if you're playing on... I can't remember what it is for PC, so I apologize there, but for controller, you have to press left on the D-pad, and then up for plasmas, and then down for spike grenades. So.
Silences.
Now, a big thing is you can grapple power seeds out of their holders, so don't be afraid to, if you want to just speed it up a little bit,
A lot.
you can actually just grapple all the power seeds to you, which we will use in a few different areas. So now you're gonna put the power seed in. You're gonna do this. Now we're gonna actually, this is where we reach the very first boss. So get ready on the pulse carbine. Have this out. You're gonna call down the elevator, and then this is gonna start off very quick. We're gonna try and quick kill the boss best we can. And here's how it's gonna look. You're gonna do 2 pulse carbine shots, and then throw a bunch of grenades, and then hit him with a skewer. And you're gonna kind of switch between all of that. So it's gonna be a lot of managing. If anything, you can use the skewer. Use the pulse carbine to pop the shields. And then if you hit every single bullet with the skewer on Tremonius, he will die. But you don't want to miss. So he's got a shotgun and a hydrant. So here's how it's going to look. You're going to do 1, 2, throw a grenade. If he jumps at you, don't let him punch you in the face like that. You want to try and get out of the way. So pulse carbine is one of the best weapons in the game. So, and keep throwing nades. You do have to worry about the jackals later. Don't worry too much. So, don't be afraid to like grab other stuff like fusion coils. And then, as I said, if you hit him right, you should have just enough ammo that the skewer can kill him by itself. So, as you saw, 2 pulse carbine, all the plasma grenades. I threw frag grenades too to help kill the jackals in the background.
By the looks of him, he was
And then
some sort of
skewer.
leader.
Now, don't be afraid to hide. If you need, hide behind the walls, hide behind. Just take your time, get your shields up. But that's kind of a nice, easy, quick kill on him. And then you come back and you switch out the skewer for your battle rifle that you placed earlier. Don't forget the battle rifle. We'll be able to get one later. We are going to get one in a second later on. But this will just help if you're not going to use... I will use the tank gun for mission 3. And that is the only time I will use it. Some people think it's dishonorable to use it, whatever it is, but you're gonna watch it in just a second. So just be ready. And but that's the end. That's the end of mission 2. So it's gonna be a lot of talking in this video.